Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, you're welcome on my channel. It's me your host Mehwish Channa. Today we are going to learn word formation. As we are learning morphology, so morphology is all about the origin and formation of words. So word formation is the major part of morphology. So let's go into detail and see what these word formation types are. So words are formed by different means or ways. In linguistics terminology, they are named and categorized accordingly. So we are having different types of word formation and they are having names, particularly in linguistics context. Very first we have coinage. Now what is coinage? We can say that when the name of company or person becomes the name of its product, or the process of inventing a word or phrase. Most common we are having two, like sandwich and Coca-Cola, the drink. So sandwich is said to be the invention of an English nobleman who was the fourth Earl of Sandwich, who used to be so keen in playing games, and in order to not to leave the table game, so he instantly prepared a quick meal and named it sandwich. So as his name was sandwich, that's why the name becomes sandwich. We are having like a quick meal. And then like we are having Coca-Cola, so it's a company. Basically it's a company, but the company also give the name of its company to its product. So that is what coinage is. So name of a company or person becomes the name of product. Then we are having blending, or blending in simple language, we English general language we say blending, but in linguistic context we call it portmanteau. So what is portmanteau? It's when one part of a word is joined with another part of another word, we get a new word which is called blending. Means it's a mixture of we create one word by mixing two different words. Okay, for example, we are having chillax, which is combination of chill and relax. Then brunch, like lunch and breakfast. So breakfast and lunch, they combinedly become brunch. Or we are having infotainment, like information and entertainment. So this is how portmanteau or blending is made. Then we are having palindrome. Now, what is palindrome? It's a very interesting word formation in which word or phrase or sentence having same sequence of alphabet from left to right or and right to left. For example, we have a long list of words in palindrome like noon, N-O-O-N. So either we take it from left or right, the spelling would be same. And then we are having madam again. So this is what palindrome is. Means if we take from left to right or right to left the sequence of the alphabet, the word which is constructed, that is known to be palindrome in linguistics terminology. Then we are having clipping. So what is clipping? It's a word formation in which a word is reduced by eliminating either the front, back, or sometimes middle part in order to shorten the word. For example, we have three major examples as you can see on the screen. Very first, we are having telephone. So usually when we speak randomly, we say phone. We do not say telephone. So what we are doing, we are just eliminating the initial part. Then we are having refrigerator. So in refrigerator, what we are doing, we are just leaving out the front and back, and we are just taking the middle part, fridge. In the same context, we are having spectacles, so we just take the front part like specs we say. So this is what clipping is. It means to reduce the either the front, back, or sometimes middle part in order to shorten the word, which is nowadays very common. Then we are having compounding. It's a very simple term. We have like, so what is compounding? It's a word formation in which we combine two different words in order to get one new word. Remember, there's difference between portmanteau or blending and then compounding. In blending, what we are doing, we are taking the initial part of one word and rear part of an other word. But here the thing is different. We are just taking the whole word, each whole word, like green and then house, so it becomes greenhouse. Or we are having rain and bow. So it becomes rainbow. So this is how compounding is made. Then very important, we are having back formation. Now what is back formation? It's a type of word in formation in which prefix or suffix is removed from an existing word. Or in more, I would say simple way, I can say back formation is something in which we get an other part of speech. For example, we are having edit, which is a verb actually, but when we are adding or as a suffix, so what it becomes? It becomes editor. So editor, it's a noun, but what we are doing, we are just removing or, which is suffix, so we make it edit, means verb, that becomes back formation, means we are revising the formation of the word. Then we are having abbreviation. Now what is abbreviation? It is the shortened form of words or phrases that are used to represent the full form of a word or phrase. Remember abbreviation. In abbreviation we pronounce or we articulate each letter independently or individually or separately, like USA or CSS or LPG. These are having, each of the abbreviation has its own full form, like USA, United States of America. CSS, we are having Central Superior Service, and LPG like liquid petroleum and gas. So this is how abbreviation is made. So abbreviation is also the short form, but in here we pronounce each letter individually. Whereas on other hand, acronym, what is that? It is also, we can say, short form, but here the thing is different. How? It's a word formation process in which the first letters, sometimes the first few letters of the words in a phrase, are extracted and put together to form a word. This is also a type of short form, but here what happens? We just pronounce them as a word. In abbreviation we pronounce them as a letter, but here we pronounce it as a word. So we are having FIFA, like Federation of International Football Association, or WAPDA, we are having Water and Power Development Authority. So these are the acronym: FIFA, WAPDA, Google, virus. So what are these are acronyms. Then very important, we are having borrowing. Borrow, if we see in language or vocabulary, borrow means to take something from someone. So here what means, borrowing is something like, means the words in English language, majorly the words are taken from other languages, means they are loaned from other language. Like as you can see on the screen, few words we are having which are borrowing from other language, like dope we are having, which is borrowed or taken from Dutch language, and then jewel, which is taken from French language, sofa, which is taken from Arabic language, piano, which is taken from Italian, and so on. So borrowing means taking words from, or loaning words from other language. Then we are having derivation. So what is derivation? It's a formation. In this, what we do, we have the formation of a word by changing the form of a base or by adding affixes to it. What do? We change the form of a base or adding affix, means either prefix, suffix. Like we are having hope, when we are adding full to it, suffix, so it becomes hopeful. And then possible, when we are adding prefix like I am, it becomes impossible. So this is how derivation is made. And very last, we are having conversion. So now what is conversion? It's a type of word formation process in which word is assigned to a new word class or part of a speech without changing in form.